fun to be caught off guard. No need for blush today. It is all naturally there. That is the best. This is all just part of the prank series that WTT is starting to get people to show their personality. I love it. Tong Tong has entered the arena. And I'm not just blowing smoke here. This is legit. Loving the graphics. This best-of-5 battle will mean the first player to win 3 games to 11 must win by 2. We'll move on to the next round. Tail of the table, I'll tuck you on in. 2-0, CHEONHUI-WTT has won both of their encounters, the world number 4 versus the world number 28. We've got 2 quick right-handers here. CHEONHUI-WTT, one of the few to beat the current world number 1, Joo Chun-hee, giving a good fight to the world number 1, Sun-Ying Xia. Grew up training with her. Here's Pailat Luangdiriachai, our umpire from Thailand. Had a little chat with recently.
Chen black, Joo red. Red, Joo with the toss. Service. Side.
So as they check each other's equipment to make sure they know exactly what's coming off the bounce, the specific makes of the top sheet, the thickness of the sponge and everything else, they get prepared. And they'll have 2 minutes to warm up and all the little time to introduce to you a legend of the sport, an old friend of mine, someone who's a 2-time European champion, a record that hasn't been touched since the early 50s. It's Austria's own Sofia Polkanova. Welcome, Sofia.
Hey, Adam. Very nice to be here, and I'm looking forward.
I'm also looking forward. So this match here, you've played against a lot of these players. Talk to me a little bit about CHEONHUI-WTT.
Yeah, CHENXINGTOng, I played against her really a lot of times. Last time been 1 year ago at Singapore Smash, and she is a really confident player. She has really good strokes, very good forehand, very good backhand, very good serves, and yeah, I feel like she has improved a lot also in her mental strength in the recent years.
Yeah, well, you could see it there. Finalist twice at 2 WTT events out of 3. Now, Joo Chun-hee, 23 years old. Tell me a little bit about her.
I feel like she started to play better and better in 2023, because before she was not even in top 100 in the world, and then I saw her on the tour and I thought, oh my god, really a very good player. I feel like her legs are really strong. She can really put in this power in her forehands and backhands, and yeah, I feel like she's improved a lot in recent years.
Well, fast, no doubt about it. She's got the leg strength, the fitness to power up the shots and twisting and turning for this big prize money. $500,000 US up for grabs, 1,000 points to the champion. You've played on it. The equipment's amazing. The floor, the fans here that showed up, quite excited. Speaking of fans, fan vote. Well, now CHEONHUI-WTT 86%, leaving the remaining 14 a thin slice of the pizza for Joo Chun-hee. So cast your votes at worldtabletennis.com. Is that your first time seeing a fan vote? I know you're normally down there on court where you can't see that graphic.
Yeah, today is a completely other perspective for me. Yeah, I think it's my first time seeing the fan vote. Normally somebody is always telling me what is my fan vote in my matches.
How does that make you feel when you hear that?
First game, Joo to serve, love all.
Well, I'll be curious to hear. Maybe I'll ask you more about that on a towel break, but it'll be Joo Chun-hee to start it off with the serves in this best of 5. Clearing the air for a moment. Love all. Kick serve to start. Maybe we have a moment. So, yeah, how does that make you feel when you hear what the fan vote is?
Yeah, I mean, it gives me, of course, confidence. Like, the fans are voting for me and fans believe in me.
So does that mean they only tell you when it's a good fan vote, when you have more than 50%?
Yeah, my coach is trying to tell me mostly the positive things, that I get better self-confidence when I'm going to my match.
Zhang Jie is a smart man, good coach. So good reaction here on the second point. CHEONHUI-WTT with the serves now. A little bit off the top of the net, but a fast exchange. It's a much longer rally than the first 2 we saw.
Yeah, I feel like they are searching each other middles Like they're searching for the middle right now.
This power with the backhand. So for those of us in the women's game, we see a lot of fast play near the table, a lot of searching for the middle, let's say, looking for that crossover point. But here, deep to the backhand, quite unpredictable from Joo Chun-hee.
Very good placement from Joo Chun-hee, but of course Tong Tong, she was already there waiting for this ball, and yeah, very good rally.
Step around takes a chance, and the great wall out here.
Yeah.
You can see her from space. Oh, open angle there. The wide corner, not an easy spot to find on the table, but she's been very quick to react.
Yes, she received the long series very good, and then she could come really nicely into the game and into the strokes, and I feel like her forehand was really, really confident.
It's got her back leveled here. CHEONHUI-WTT, a few points on the trot, both on receive.
3-4.
Could see the idea there. She was looking to get a lot of spin on it, but just seemed to miss the contact she was looking for.
First, the long series with a lot of downspin, and then the first backhand she was planning to do probably to her backhand or middle. I feel like there was a change in the timing, a change also in the trajectory of the ball. It was a little bit higher, then CHENXINGTONG played a little bit faster back, and this was a good point, good rally.
Yeah, CHEONHUI-WTT taking control here of that timing.
Wow, really nice. Very, again, long serve, but that time with upspin and then counter with forehand directly to the middle. Very nice. Like she's playing with a lot of power right now.
Let 5-4.
Yeah, I've still got it in my head, that last point, how quick she was able to get CHEONHUI-WTT to lean a little bit to the backhand to create that narrow margin on the forehand line.
Yes. So it's a little bit uncomfortable for CHEONHUI-WTT to play from the middle.
5-all.
Like any human being, there's a forehand, there's a backhand, and there's that limbo right in between where you just can't generate much racket speed and you have to reshift the feet, replant.
Oh, now that we saw that squat from Joo Chun-hee to see how good her legs really are.
But tested here. Maybe that stretch before was in preparation for the next leap that would be needed, as CHEONHUI-WTT has sprayed it around the table quite well.
Yeah, that was really deep topspin to the forehand. Really nice.
CHEONHUI-WTT does a good job of pausing in the middle, not chasing or committing too early, and I think that caused some hesitation for Joo Chun-hee, who was planning to go cross-court when she stepped around.
Definitely. Also, I feel like now CHEONHUI-WTT played a little bit more short game than the long one.
And 6 of the last 8 points there for CHEONHUI-WTT to be in front by 2.
6-7.
She was down 1-3, so if you got your TI-83s out, plug that in. 1-point ball game here. I didn't know you knew TI-83. They were big in Austria, Moldova.
Yeah.
Nice. All around the world, TI-83. Oh, Chole from the bench, the spin on the backhand. Tong Tong, these are two very smooth players, and Tong Tong just seems to be so fit.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they're tasting each other right now, like who is going to find the better middle, the better like placement.
So it'll be fun to have you here as tactics change a little bit as they get deeper into the match to hear your take on it.
Yeah, thank you. I hope that I can bring something into this match today.
I'm sure you will. 9 serving 6, a 3-point lead. Heavy spin on that last one, a bit more racket speed on that fuller stroke to set up 4 game points.
Yeah, and before again you can see that it was middle battle with backhands till someone turned with forehand.
Little break off the net here to save a game point. Joo Chun-hee, again born and raised in China, came over to Korea. In recent years has done quite well. Singapore Smash a few years back was quite starring. And here she is at a champions event fighting against 3 more game points. I like the idea. CHEONHUI-WTT with 3 shots shallow on the table before trying to go deep to the backhand, but Joo Chun-hee not phased.
Also, I feel like Joo Chun-hee slowed the rhythm down, played a little bit higher, so for Tong was not so easy in the beginning to adjust, but then she tried to play this really fast backhand into the corner.
Now she's got the serves back, 2 game points left. There it is, the serve into the middle, finds the edge of the racket, changing up the placement, and 11-8, a narrow margin victory for a player that, well, came back from down 1-3, dominated for a while. I expect this to be a back and forth battle between these two, always interesting to see, and Joo Chun-hee with the head to the sky knows that she had her chances, and it's just going to be that much tougher, but it's not over yet. Ma Jun-feng with Tong will talk it through to get ready for game number 2.
뛰고 싶으면 계속 붙어 있어야 돼. 볼 안 나오니까 붙어 있어.
So as the players come back for game 2, Ma Jun-feng, coach for CHEONXINGTONG. I just want to remind you that I'm here with Sofia Polkanova of Austria, leading lady. One of the top women in Europe for quite some time now. Welcome back again, Sofia.
Thank you.
Excuse me. You're welcome. You make me nervous, so I lost my voice. Yeah, that's what it is.
One love.
So yeah, talk to me. What do you see here?
Again, very long serve with a lot of side spin to the middle, and then backhand battle. They're fighting with these backhands a lot.
That extra spin here from the backhand. Joo Chun-hee looks very athletic as she turns the corner, but there's just a lot of spin to handle.
Yes, a lot of spin. Of course, Chinese players have really a lot of spin in their strokes.
Since you brought it up, I know you trained. I follow you on Instagram. I was going to say, trained with Wang Yidi, the top seed here just the other day, and you said that the quality of the practice was just next level.
Yes, especially the backhand strokes. I felt in the beginning it was really a lot faster than with other players.
3-1.
And here on the delicate side, touch for a second bounce never came off the table. Joo Chun-hee waiting for the opening attack. There would be no chance.
Really very good feeling.
So the opposite of the scoreline we saw in the first game here. Tong getting a quick start. Hey.
3-2.
Just trying to lower the ladder here, bring her opponent up for a moment.
Yeah, before she was serving all the time to the middle, and now she tried to serve to deep backhand.
And what do you think the intention is in terms of setting up a point?
I feel like So before, when she was trying to serve to deep backhand, I feel like she wanted to turn around after that and to play immediately with forehand.
Wow, she's so fast to transition between forehand and backhand. Keeping that hand cool here. Trailing by 2, it's Joo Chun-hee to climb back up. Right down the line as quick as can be. These parallels are dangerous, but when they land, they are tough to return.
Yeah, she risked a lot, and it really paid off. I feel like with Chinese players, you have to risk a lot because they are so consistent. They bring everything back. And of course, Joo, she's doing a really good job.
Yeah, these combinations, these patterns, you can see that she already knows the second step as she finishes the first.
Yeah, she tries to step around to take more risk.
And it pays off this time from a step behind the table in the backhand corner. Enough juice on that ball to cause some trouble. Oh, what placement. Tong really loaded that ball with spin. You heard the grunts on both sides, using the length of the table to send it back. Joo Chun-hee finding the deepest meeting of the lines.
Great footwork there. Great mobilization. Great flexibility on this forehand.
She's finding ways to make CHEONXINGTONG uncomfortable here with these spinny shots. It looks like the rhythm has changed. Tong in the in and out is having a little trouble calibrating to these spinning shots.
Yeah, in the first set it was all the same speed, and now I feel like sometimes the ball is coming higher, sometimes lower, sometimes faster, sometimes slower.
Oh, this time not recoverable, the back edge of the table, but the variation of the game, incredibly powerful.
Yes. Again, with a lot more spin and a lot of more of trajectory with the forehand.
So 6 of the last 8 points for Joo Chun-hee. Pretty much the opposite of last game. I think exactly the opposite, from 1-3 to 7-5.
Yeah.
I guess the score has stayed with the side of the table. It's just the player that has it is the opposite player.
The service variation is really very strong.
The defense, it's still in play. High ball's not easy. Heavy side spin there. Wider side spin. Oh, and it carries back. The trick with that side spin is it's such a difficult shot because it's such a fine margin for error to just brush the ball so delicately. And then also, it makes Joo Chun-hee really have to move, but it also makes the ball curve back to that left side of Tong. So it's tied up now, and a shovel serve prepared after that long extended rally. So fast this point, a little bit off the net there. The hand is raised. I want to know, you're out there, you've been here recently on this stage. How much do you think Joo Chun-hee is thinking about the fact that this is a critical game score-wise and it's getting into the business end?
I think that you really have to, you must not think about that. So the key is to stay in the moment.
0-0, every point is its own battle.
Exactly, because as soon as you start to think about winning or losing, it's done. So you really have to stay in the moment, to be in the moment, to be present, and also to enjoy every point and enjoy the game.
Well, I'm enjoying it. 8 points apiece now. How did she counter that so comfortably? This is a slow, spinny ball out in front. I thought Tong Tong set this up wonderfully, potentially. I mean, this ball right here, look where she contacts that from. It was about table height, and still she hit a side topspin winner. That for a 1-point lead on receive. You can feel this pattern, this idea. It's almost, I feel like a sense of urgency, almost an anxiousness to get it over with. You could feel a little bit rushed there, like she knew what she wanted to do beforehand.
Yes, it looked like she moved a little bit too quickly, if it's even possible. So she wanted to win this point because she knew that it's gonna be 10-8. Then if she wants to win this game, 10-8 is of course better than 9-9. 9-9 is also still good though.
A little bit safer, a little bit more cautious on the first two shots, and Tong Tong takes advantage.
Yeah, Tong Tong played a little deeper to her backhand so that Joo couldn't step around that good. Still a very good shot, but Tong Tong was there. And
now it's game point for Tong Tong.
Left, 9-10.
Crowd getting nervous. And the idea is right, but the table wasn't long enough, and it's CHEONHUI-WTT to escape by a narrow margin, 11-9. Two tight games, but both of them have gone the way of the world-ranked number 4. So Tong Tong 1 game away. I'm curious to see what changes Joo Chun-hee will make. Anything that you would try to do if you were in her spot?
Yeah, I think I would try to mix the game a little bit. Maybe play with more spin and then faster and then bigger strokes, so that Tong Tong doesn't have the best timing in her strokes. And generally I would maybe think, okay, now it's 0-2, I'm down, so I just want to try everything what's possible, and let's see what happens.
It's like Zootopia, try everything. I love it.
Exactly, I also love this song.
It's amazing, you and me both. Hey, speaking of amazing, the first ever United States Smash is coming to Las Vegas, United States. It's an amazing place. Lily Zhang will be there, Lin Shidong will be there, Xia will be there, and Kunak Jia will be there. So, Sophia, will you be there?
I also will be there.
Awesome, me too. So cool. I might even stop by and check out a Steve Aoki show, or who knows, Blue Man Group. There's so much to do in Las Vegas. All right, back for the action. Game number 3. Let's see if she will try everything.
Love 1.
She tried different service and immediately forehand to forehand. Was really a very good idea, I must say.
Despite the good idea of the first point, CHEONHUI-WTT was able to get the best. It's very difficult against a player who's so well prepared, who's worked so hard to be strong, adaptable, consistent. A little bit more force on this one early on, a little bit more conviction from the start, taking the initiative.
Yeah, I feel like she took the risk and it paid off.
Very compact strokes. Barely had to move. There was no panic there. There was a calmness to Joo Chun-hee that also seemed to pay off.
It's a little bit same like in the first set when they started to play backhands through the middle and then deep into the backhand.
3-2.
Again, a very good idea. So long series, then step around and take the risk. A little bit, maybe a little bit too late.
Good half-long serve here causes some indecision, trying to get Tong Tong to play it from baseline as she pushes it a bit deep.
Yeah, and she mixed the series. First the long one deep to the backhand, then the short one deep to the forehand. I feel like she's now mixing a lot more than in the first two games. Yeah, it was really a very good idea to come with the banana and to play to forehand. I feel like she's getting there, and I feel like it's gonna pay off maybe. Just Tong Tong is she's really so consistent, and she's playing exactly where Joo doesn't want her to play. It's like the timing and the placement is very good.
That's perfect. When you can play it where your opponent doesn't want, you're already a step ahead. So it ties things up and sends Joo Chun-hee into a timeout conversation with Choi Hyun-jin.
이리로 가면은 조금 천천히 오니까 네가 들어갈 수 있는데 나이가 백쪽으로 가면은 들어가지만 백 하다가 또 미들미들 가다가 들어가잖아. 그리고 지금 계속 회전 서비스 넣잖아. 그리고 지금 회전 서비스 넣는 건 뭐야? 제가 돌리는 거 기다리고 있는 거란 말이지. 그러면 회전 서비스 넣으면 어떻게 해야 돼? 코스를 좀 보든지 백쪽 가지만 아니면 좀 죽여서 한 번씩 더 짧게 넣든지 아니면 한 번씩 길게 주든지 이렇게 가지고 완전히 회전이면 앞에서 탁 죽이든지 아니면 돌리는 거를 미들리드랑 뭐 좀 더 확 돌리든지 승부를 하든지. 근데 어설프게 그냥 회전 넣는데 그냥 돌리잖아? 그럼 그냥 지금 그거 기다리고 있는 거라. 충분해. 한 세트 뽑으면 또 게임 어떻게 될지 모르는 거라고. 그치? 자, 한잔하고.
So some wise words from Coach Choi Hyun-jin. So KTM, the Korean translation mafia, said, play with confidence. You know what you can do. Words of encouragement. What would you be telling your player right now if it were Joo Chun-hee?
As I said before, I would just try everything. Try to mix the game. Try maybe to go with the series to the forehand with the long one.
I like that. That's gutsy right there. Long serve to the forehand.
Why not?
Yeah. YOLO. What if she actually shouted that right after CHEONXINGTONG just ripped it for a winner?
I mean, no risk, no fun, right? I mean, you have to risk something.
Ain't no fun. Exactly. I know the song you're referring to. All right, 5 points apiece. Tied right back up, taking her chances, looking super fluid there, Joo Chun-hee.
Left 5 all.
I was just thinking of final last words. Wait, what is it? Yeah, final words. There we go. No risk, no fun.
No risk, no fun.
5-6.
Sometimes just being in position is enough to put pressure on the opponent. The shot, well placed, nothing spectacular, but still in position there.
Yeah, and again, right to the middle.
Oh, power on this one.
7-5.
The legs that we've been talking about for some time and how they add to that explosive power have really demonstrated that in this rally.
Yeah, there was definitely risk and fun.
Hey, nice. The best combination. Not final words, words of encouragement to try and make it to the next round. What a rally. Oh, it's so
7-6.
good. Time and time again, the wall stood strong and brought it back And then Joo Chun-hee was moved all around.
Unbelievable. I really like the idea that she stepped back and she was playing these really strong backhands and forehands. And just like how Tong Tong is on the table and keeping all back, bringing all back. It's amazing.
Spectator's dream. That said, Tong Tong's point. To find balance here, stepping back looks cool. Believe me, I know I'm allergic to the table. But in a game that's so fast, the advantages of staying close from angles to timing and everything else, you're just that much more of a threat. And Joo Chun-hee right now feeling it. Leveled out at 7 points apiece. 2 big points for Tong Tong on receive.
Very deep push to the backhand. Very nice.
Yeah, the deep push, that long push, for me is one of the most underappreciated shots in the game because it looks like it's coming in short and delicate, and then next thing you know, it's right at you and you're not prepared. Little bit of roll reversal. She saw an opportunity to punish, saw an opening, but still the quality on CHEONHUI-WTT's backhand. It's not easy to land and counter.
She's just so consistent with the backhand.
And the demonstration once again, 5 points in a row for CHEONHUI-WTT, and it sets up 3 match points.
It's amazing. I thought for a minute that CHEONHUI-WTT was not in the position, but then she came back and she turned the ball around.
This is the magic of CHEONHUI-WTT. For a minute, you might think she's out of position because she is, but then you blink and suddenly she's not. She's back in position. That said, it's Joo Chun-hee surviving, saving a match point.
Time out, Chen.
Yeah, it is. CHEONHUI-WTT with a timeout here. A little conversation to try and wrap this up. And what would you be telling Tong Tong?
I would be telling her that she has to keep playing her game. It's obviously working now, and she's leading 10-8, and there is really no need to stress herself or to do something different. I feel like she was playing so good these 2 games, and now she's leading 10-8, so maybe a reminder from the coach that she just has to stay calm and just play her game, and as I said before, be in the moment.
I like it. Okay, so we had try everything on the other side and try the usual thing over here. Be yourself.
Yeah, but it would be interesting to know what the coach is saying right now.
Well, at the end there, just no problem. Words of encouragement, male and T. Nothing to worry about here. Yeah, it was pretty quiet in the beginning, so I took the opportunity to get your thoughts because it's a rare occasion to have you here. A privilege and a pleasure. That said, I'm with you. Always curious to know.
10-8.
So 2 match points left for Tong Tong. She's got the serves. Should she need the second one to close the door on this match and enter the next round, the round of 8, the quarterfinals. Finishing forehand does it. The power comes in. Man, does she have it when she needs it. The timeout has been cashed in. It pays off. Joo Chun-hee put up the good fight. But CHEONHUI-WTT, the 2nd seed, without dropping a game. Done, dusted, and ready for the next. It is a good day at work. The expectations are high. Anything less than the finals would be a disappointment when you're one of the top 2 seeds here. And you are looking at someone right now who has a good opportunity to climb with only one